We set out to duplicate Whole Foods Garlicky Kale, and we kaled it.
Really?
Welcome to Crocs in the Kitchen.
I'm Jessica.
And I am Brian. A long time ago, a few months at least, Jessica sent me a text message with a picture.
Yes.
Of the ingredients listed for garlicky kale at a Whole Foods that she was at.
Yes, I first found this in Kansas City, Missouri. I was traveling with my mom to a concert and we needed a quick place to stop for dinner before the show that I could get something and she could get something. And so I thought the Whole Foods salad bar would be a perfect choice. So I have checked out the Whole Foods salad bar at our Whole Foods that we go to in St. Louis, and I've never seen garlicky kale. And I keep checking and I still have never seen it. But at this one in Kansas City, they had garlicky kale, and it was basically just kale with like nutritional yeast, lemon juice, garlic, liquid aminos, and I don't know what else is in there. I don't remember. Well, you'll see in the recipe. But it was just simple ingredients. There wasn't like any salt added or any other kind of stuff added to it. No oil, which was like the holy grail, finding the holy grail of whatever. It's like anything you find with no oil. And so I needed something for the base of my salad. And so I just put a layer of the garlicky kale and then loaded it up with a ton of different veggies and stuff like that. And I didn't even really need a dressing because the garlicky kale dressing was enough. So it was a perfect option for me. And I immediately knew I wanted to make this at home.
I believe the text message said, "Figure out how to make this!" Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation, probably a few more exclamation points. And so that's what we decided to do. And I honestly think that we nailed this one.
Yeah, I think the first time we tried it, we just took the list of ingredients and we were like, okay, obviously, when a list of ingredients go, like the first ingredient is the most, has the most of that, and then it goes lower. So we kind of just guesstimated in that order and put the ingredients together, and it turned out really good. It reminds me of the dish that we had at Whole Foods. Well, so since then, since we were in Kansas City, we went to, you might remember, I think, did we? Yeah, we did show it on our travel vlog.
Yeah, it was near the round
We
one.
were in Philadelphia, outskirts of Philadelphia, and we went to a Whole Foods, and they had the garlicky kale there as well. Mm-hmm. And so we got it for our salads there, and Brian really liked it as well. So then when we came back home, of course, we had to figure it out.
Yep. And since we figured it out, we figured we'd show you guys how to do it. Yeah. So let's get to cooking.
It's not really cooking. It's more like just mixing, but okay.
So Jessica ditched me to go see the 1975, and I have to do this voiceover by myself. So I decided to do it at my office where I got these really nice microphones. But let's get started with this recipe. You will need 2 tablespoons of water, a 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast, 1 tablespoon of liquid aminos, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, the zest and juice of 1 small lemon, 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, and about a pound of kale. The dressing is actually really easy to make. Just go ahead and add in all of your water and your nutritional yeast, along with the tablespoon of liquid aminos and the tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Be sure to shake up the apple cider vinegar before you use it. You want that mother that's actually mixed in there. But let's get to our lemon. Of course, I'm going to use my microplane here. As some of you noticed last time when I used this, yes, I am zesting this with the microplane upside down. What that does is it makes it to where all of that zest stays up inside of the microplane itself. It makes it very easy to actually just add it all into one little dish. After that, we need to get the juice of the lemon, so I like to roll it a little bit and kind of break up the internal cell walls and get more juice out of it. Then you just cut it in half and squeeze it all out in whatever way you possibly can. You can just use your hand if you want, just squeeze it straight forward. Maybe you've got some aggression you want to work out. But we like to use our lemon squeezer. It is a fantastic little device, and I actually really, really like using it. But now it is time to add the garlic. Now, the garlic that we have here is just 3 cloves, but it still has that paper exterior, which can be a pain to remove. So I got a little tip for it. I just throw these into a mason jar and screw on a tight lid, and then shake it for, 30 seconds to a minute, and it will actually break those little skins off and leave you with perfectly peeled garlic. And since I don't feel like chopping this all up and mincing it, I'm just going to use a garlic press, since it makes quick work of these cloves of garlic and just makes it to where it's really, really fine pieces and incorporates very well into the dressing. And there's nothing left to do but to mix it all up. Now, we know this doesn't look very good, but just keep mixing it up, break apart any strands of the zest or garlic that may be there, and you should just have a very, very nice, almost brown mustard colored dressing. And that's it for the dressing. So let's go ahead and move on to the kale. We have about a pound of kale here, and what you want to do is remove the stem. The stem is not edible in its raw state. I believe you can cook it and it'll soften it up quite a bit, but I have not done that. Just haven't done it yet. But break apart the leaves into small pieces into a bowl of water, so that way you can get it down into bite-sized pieces, as well as get any dirt and stuff off of it that you might find in there. So just make sure that it is well washed, and you can repeat this process a couple times if you want to, but we just did it the one time because we felt it was clean enough. Now, you could pat these dry with some towels or paper towels or something, but Jessica wanted to use a salad spinner. Now, the only salad spinner that Jessica has is this tiny Hello Kitty one that she's had for years. Look at this thing. It would not hold one of our salads. It's just so tiny. But Jessica says it's cute, so therefore she keeps it and doesn't get a bigger salad spinner. But we just decided to use this and get off any other remaining liquid that was possibly on there. And, even though it's small, it does actually do the trick. You just got to do it in multiple batches. Once you've gotten off as much liquid as possible from those leaves, it is time to go ahead and add on the dressing. Now, very simple, just pour it all in, and you can spread the dressing around on the leaves and make sure that each leaf is coated, as well as massaging your kale at the same time. Now, if you don't know, you kind of need to massage your kale. It's really tough and chewy. It is edible, but it's tougher and it's chewier if you don't massage it. So just be really, really firm and almost aggressive in massaging your kale, because the more you massage it, the softer it will be. This process may take a while. Jessica likes to do it for about 5 minutes or so, just to make sure that it is nice and soft. But there you go. Everything is well coated and massaged. And of course, Jessica had to make this look pretty, so she added it into one of our nice looking bowls and not our mixing bowl. We decided to bulk it up a bit as well, but this is entirely optional, by adding in some chickpeas. We just opened up a can of chickpeas, drained and rinsed them, and put them right on top. Nothing special, nothing fancy, nothing added, just some nice, straightforward chickpeas right on top of the salad. So there you have it. Not too much to it, pretty easy to throw together if you've got the ingredients. Obviously, it is super simple. And we just decided to throw some chickpeas on top. And actually, we didn't even do anything to the chickpeas, did we?
No, we just opened a can of chickpeas and
rinsed them
on
off,
top.
yeah, and then threw them on top.
Yeah, you could do like our roasted chickpea recipe and put those on top. I bet that'd be super tasty. Or you can just add so many different things to this.
You can add other veggies.
Yeah.
So it's like you said before, you use this as a base for the
Yeah.
rest of your salad.
Yeah.
That's what I did when we were in outside of Philadelphia. And so this works really, really well for other stuff to go on it. So you just do whatever you want.
But it also works really good just as a side dish by itself. So yesterday we had a little family gathering with my family and they were barbecuing. So we decided to bring some carrot dogs, of course, and then we needed a side to go with it, and we decided to make some of this and bring it with us because the good thing about it is kale will stay even if you put the dressing on it, like it'll still stay good for a while.
It is a hardy leaf.
Yeah, and so I don't know, we haven't really tested because every time we've made this, we've eaten it like the same day or the next day.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it probably would last for a couple of days in your fridge, I would think, even with the dressing on it, just because it's so hardy. And honestly, I think sometimes when you leave it in the fridge with the dressing on it, it kind of like just
marinates.
Yeah, it marinates and kind of makes the kale not as tough.
Yeah, the lemon juice can break down the cell walls a little bit because it's acidic and like.
So I think it actually can taste better the next day. But anyway, we brought it with us with our carrot dogs as a side dish, and it was perfect, and it traveled really easily. And my mom tried it, and she hated it, and I told her she was gonna hate it, but she did try it. But yes, anyway, should we try it out?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay.
Just grab your spot and then go for it. I'm gonna get a good amount. There we go. You might be able to hear how crunchy it is. Because even after massaging it for a long time, it is still crunchy.
I just love the flavor. And it's weird because I actually didn't used to like anything that was really lemony, and now I do. But like if I had eaten this before, I would not have
Oh
liked
yeah,
this.
you would have hated
I would
this.
have hated this.
But your tastes have changed, and now you like it. I mean, it's just fantastic. Every piece is coated. It's got, you can see little bits of the zest in there. It's got the lemon juice in there, which I do think that fresh lemon juice is better on this than any of the bottled kind of stuff. So don't skimp out. Go out and get yourself an actual lemon.
Yeah, we're all about the shortcuts normally, but for this we were like, let's get a real lemon. Let's zest it. Let's
well, I mean, you can't zest.
Well,
bottle,
yeah, obviously. But yeah, it has like just such a great flavor. And here's the funny thing: Brian doesn't like kale.
Yeah, I'm not big on it.
I love kale. Brian doesn't like kale, but he likes this.
That's just because it's got really good flavor to it. Like, it's kind of hard to describe. Like, you can taste the kale, but the lemon juice and the nutritional yeast and the garlic and all that just, like, is really, really strong in flavor. And so it's got a good punch of flavor to it. And that's what makes this dish really, really work.
Yeah, I really like it with the chickpeas too.
Yeah.
I think it's like a perfect, it's a perfect simple salad. You could just have it as a side dish. The other thing that I really want to do, and we haven't done yet, now that we figured out the dressing, is just make that dressing and try it on our regular salads that we eat and just see how it goes. Because I think it's just a really good dressing, but on its own.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's very simple ingredients. There's nothing crazy in there. We had everything except for like we had to buy the fresh garlic and the fresh lemon, obviously, but we had everything else on hand. It's stuff that we use all the time anyway. So.
And the fresher the ingredients that you use, the better this dish will be. If you make your own chickpeas and put those on there, not that they're really a part of the recipe, we just sort of put them on there to just add some extra stuff in there
And make the pictures look nicer.
And make the pictures look nice. But this will just it's just fantastic.
Yeah, it's such a nice simple dish, and it's just a good way to get your kale, your green. I mean, it's super healthy for you. Like kale isn't kale like the most healthy of all the greens?
It's definitely up there.
It's definitely up there, and it's really good to get in. And it's something that we don't get in a lot. Like we'll put it in our salad sometimes, but in reality, so I was not. This is actually when we started making the salad was the first time that I actually bought like fresh bunches of kale. I'll admit I had been buying the bags of kale, which say that they're ready to go, but they still have giant chunks of stem in there, and so you spend forever like digging through the bag. It's honestly so much easier just to buy the bunch of kale and then pull it off the stem yourself. Like it's a ton easier.
Yup.
And it is way fresher, and just like this kale is so much better than the kale in those bags that's already broken down. So if you haven't done that, try it out.
So yeah, if you get a chance, please make this and tell us how you did, how you think it turned out, if there's something that we can improve upon. But it is such a simple dish that you really can make this your own very, very easily. So comment below and let us know if you've done it or what we can do to make it better.
Yeah, and I'm definitely looking for kale tips. Like I don't know if there are easier, better ways to clean kale to get it off the stem. Like, what do you guys do with your kale? Like, I am a crazy freak about bugs. Like, you guys have no idea. I'm like, bugs are like, I can't handle them at all. And so I know that kale can have those little like tiny, don't tell me your bug horror stories with kale.
No,
like, I will be
that.
up at night thinking about it and I'll never eat kale again. So don't comment below with your stories about bugs and kale.
In the YouTube comment world, bugs don't exist.
Yes, just pretend like bugs, I don't want to hear like the one time you bought a bunch of kale and it had like 30,000 bugs on it. Like, I don't want to hear about it. Don't tell me about it. But I want to hear like any tips with kale that you have, because I have to get it clean as possible, because I know that those little bugs like to hang out in it, especially the organic kale.
Yes, that was a weird tangent that she decided to go on.
I'm sorry, I can't handle it.
But also, you can find us on all of the other social media platforms, Facebook, and we're on Pinterest and Twitter, and also Instagram, because I'm sure there's photos of this up there right now. Also, please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, and click that bell that is right next to it so you get all of the notifications whenever we post a new video. And, we do post twice a week for the most part. Occasionally something happens and we don't end up posting a video at some point in the week.
But the last week or so.
We kind of did that last
week. We missed the one day. Sorry.
I
like the people who checked on us though.
Yeah,
they were like,
great.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah.
Like,
what's up with the disappearance?
We're just tired and lazy. It's fine. No, we went on a trip and it was my birthday and all that stuff.
Yep.
Anyway.
But I think that's all I got.
That's all I got.
We will see you next time on Crocs in the Kitchen. Bye.